Hello. Well, I'm only here just for a short while. I'm just here to give you an update of what's been going around on all the social media, or YouTube on the UK side to do with the Nigerian former senator Ike Ekweremadu and the wife who have been held in the UK. Jail really in the UK pending the hearing on the 7th of July. And so after news broke on the 20th, well, they appeared in court on the 21st of July, if I'm not wrong, and we all got to hear about it. It was all over the news on the 20th of July. Since then, I've come across so many videos, so many aspects, so many views. And apparently, according to the Nigerian side of all the vloggers, apparently in Nigeria, such rich politicians allegedly would have people that they are trying to change the narrative. Some people coming up with, oh, the boy, it's not 21, he's 25. Apparently, someone who claimed to be a relative or a younger brother or so to a young man came out, who some people claim is just something they're doing to spin this story. Some people came out to say, oh, they were models, they don't know. And some people were asking and saying, why didn't a whole senator who's been used to coming to the UK, who studied in the UK, who has family in the UK, did not do his due diligence, apparently being Nigerian, allegedly. These are people's opinion, not mine. Oh, Nigerian big men, he probably just hired somebody, oh, I'm too big to see this a small person, and so maybe, just did not take it seriously what was going on. And some people went on to spin, basically different things. Oh, the young man seemed like he lied to them and then came to the UK and decided to lie and all that. Anyway, what I'm here to talk about is just facts. First of all, I genuinely hope and pray that the Ekweremadu's are innocent of this whole embarrassment. It's not just embarrassment to them, it's embarrassment to me as a Nigerian, it's embarrassment to any African, any Nigerian. But incidentally, according to the UK law, like I said earlier, on the 7th of July, we will all know, because all will depend on the Chief Justice, how and what jurisdiction he would want to, whether they're going to be prosecuted here in the UK or in Nigeria. And I want anyone who, because apparently many of these people and things swirling around Nigerian social media, even the UK or Nigerian UK social media, some people, especially in Nigeria, do not seem to understand the law. You see, over here, it's not like most African countries where anything goes. We have and go by rule of law, especially when it comes to organ donation or anything like that, or healthcare. The law is very clear. You cannot in any way directly or indirectly pay anyone to offer you, I will use the word spare parts for the sake of YouTube. We have a system, and apparently in the UK there's currently over 8,000 people on the waiting list. And the way the waiting list works here is, although people on the waiting list, depending on what happens and how serious each person's condition becomes, they can go up the list, they can go down the list, and or whatnot. But the main thing is that you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot donate any spare part to anybody, directly paid or indirectly paid. Because again, hearing from other social media, there's been talk about, oh, they claim that, oh, they were trying to help the boy. We don't know. These are just swelling, Again, all those people in Nigeria do not understand. The Englishman, I'll say, let me use the word Englishman, because there's this mentality, Africans, especially we Nigerians have and think that someone, unless they're shouting on top of their voices, anything I shout, even when I'm lying, you must believe me. You see, we have a different way of doing things in this part of the world. And sometimes some of you just misunderstand and overrate what you call intelligence. The way they can get information out of you, even questioning you, is not the way you probably are used to. Before you know it, you'll be spilling out the truth, assuming you're someone who's trying to hide something. And you see, with all the speculation and all the aspects everybody's been talking about on social media, they keep forgetting, there are so many holes in each angle. Whether some people even claim that the letter that was going, going around was not from Ekweremadu. Whatever you may say, the question some people will ask, or a good lawyer will ask, what is your relationship to that boy? What made you even want to pay? Because that's a form of paying, whether you think it's cash in hand or not. Because we know, as any Nigerian knows, nobody, not even to do it for a family member, not everybody abroad can afford to pay for a family member to visit them, let alone someone you don't know. If you are trying to tell them that, this was nothing to do with donation, donation of spare parts, you know what I'm saying. So that's number one. Okay, you say some people spelling, he was just promised he was going to study in the UK. Again, what is your relationship that you are picking a stranger that's been in your home and who's coming to study? You need a very good lawyer to prove that. Or even, as some people were talking about age. First of all, even if this boy was 60 years old, again, you people do not understand. There should not be, or should have been, any direct or indirect incentive for this boy to have come with, or to stay with the Ekweremadus before allegedly he ran away from their home. Apparently he was being made to sleep on the sofa. His visa was coming towards the end. And what I want you people to understand, in the UK, saying that you are going to be an organ donor is one thing. That's fine. But even when it comes to donating, for you to go through the processes until the donation, you are put through a lot of psychological counseling, a lot of tests, and even till the very point, just before it happens, which a lot of people suspect may have been what happened with this young man and the Dr. Harry he mentioned, who was the one that apparently he gave thanks for saving his life. Doctor will still come to you, talking to you, very normal, casual, but they are actually picking up on everything you're saying you're doing, to ask and make sure that you understood what you're going into. So maybe, apparently, the boy probably realized on the young man that the dangers, because they would have told you, like any surgery, some people may or may not recover. They will probably tell you that by the time you finish the surgery, you probably need 6 months, and he probably didn't think about recovery. Was he going to go back to Nigeria? On what medication, what care? Nobody knows. So, you see, for anybody watching this and thinking, like you people sway things, or people sway things around and money shuts up a lot of things, not here. All you're going to have to pray for is that they are able to prove their innocence, if they are innocent. You see? And if they're not, well, it's up to the UK courts. But either way, it has been, I'm sure, for them. I pray for them. I sad and I pray for their daughter. Unfortunately, incidentally, not unfortunately, incidentally, everybody's life matters. That young man may have allegedly come from a poor background in Nigeria, but it does not mean his life is any less than their daughter's life. And I pray indeed that they find their daughter a donor as soon as possible through the proper British system. Because trust me, I'm not saying it's not serious, but depending, like I told you guys earlier in the video, even when you're on the list, if for any reason your condition becomes worse than somebody else's, they'll push you up the list. So all I'm trying to say is that clearly, providing the UK healthcare system is giving Sonia, I think is the Eweremadu's daughter's name, is being able to give you the dialysis and they're being able to keep you going with medication, then I will say, like anybody, will pray for her, and hopefully eventually they will find you or find her a donor. But the question remains with this very embarrassing, painful situation, which I know a lot of you are waiting and can't wait to hear the outcome. Well, we don't know. But what I do know, and I pray, if any politician comes across this video or anyone thinking of going into politics, you're from Nigeria, from Africa, whatever country, especially Nigeria, I say, because I love my country, Nigeria. Though I'm a proud British, but how can you deny your roots? I beg and say, please, please, let's find it in our hearts, as leaders, as politicians, or politicians to be. Let people stop being so passive and greedy. And let's think forward how to better the healthcare system in Nigeria. Even if you're going to be a governor, or you're a governor, or you're a senator, think about it. If you make your state hospital a bit better, and people are talking about it by word of mouth, it will most likely encourage another governor, another leader, another senator to do something that will help to improve that healthcare system in their own location. Let Nigerian politicians, leaders, please, Africa, not just Nigeria, because I often feel like we as Africans talk from two corners of our mouths. On one corner, some people are so bitterly, should I say, have a bitter inferiority complex where they talk about, oh, if Oyibo can do it, we can do it. Nobody's saying that, though I'm not quite sure what we've achieved in 62 years almost of independence. But let's put that aside. But before we start bragging like that, why is it that all the people that are in leadership who have traveled abroad, whether you've been to Spain, UK, US, Tokyo, whatever, why can you not just have that little conscience in you and bring home back to Africa, to Nigeria, something good that will help in the infrastructure of your own country, to give you and your people pride, but most important, to give you a legacy that you can leave as a governor, as a senator, as a president, that when you're gone, people can turn around and say, oh, that president, that man, that governor did this so well. And in fact, if anything, it will even be a precedent for the next person taking over from you. Why is it all the time you hear Africans, especially Nigerians, some people have even lost faith in their voting? They always talk about, oh, all politicians want is just to grab money, steal money, and all that. And forgive me, for anyone looking from the outside in, what can you believe but what you see when there are lots of bad roads, hospitals are in disarray, security is zilch, education, I understand that the students are still, or teachers are still on strike 4 months down the line. This strike thing was happening 30 years ago when I was in university. That frustrated me so much. I was literally having with education. But I managed, over a year of striking and all that, we still graduated and it's still happening today. Please, find it in your conscience. And remember, even if it's true what people say, politicians are stealing money doing this, once you are, if you're one of those people, just remember one day you'll meet your maker. You're not going to take all that money to your grave. You'll at least be remembered if you do something, however little, for your people. If Nigeria had had a good healthcare system, would we be here? I'm even embarrassed, to be quite honest with you, but I'm praying that they will find some innocent reason about the Ekweremadus and maybe, just maybe, let them go back to Nigeria. I mean, who wants to talk about their country? I understand, like I said, I'm not too in touch, but when this thing was going around, I was drawn to ask questions and realize this was for many years number 4 in the whole leadership of Nigeria as a country. For 12 years, he was the deputy senator, president, or leader. And I cannot but wonder, if I was an advisor to a man like that, especially as he had been in the UK, even met Prince Charles, being given honorary degrees and titles and all that, why couldn't you have done something to improve one or two of the teaching hospitals? And you see, also for those in Africa, not just Nigeria, there's nothing wrong, especially when it comes to health, to learn to be humble enough to even invite the foreign doctors who know better, to learn from them or help to oversee things and improve the skills of those who are back home. That way you end up giving more confidence to people about taking treatment in Nigeria, because I understand from people who are in Nigeria, I haven't lived in Nigeria for nearly 30 years, so I know only from what people have been saying on YouTube and all that people don't even have the confidence in the doctors in Nigeria. And it shouldn't be that way. And clearly, if it's true that the Ekweremadus came to the UK in order to have a donor for their daughter, then I'm led to believe that that might be true. And it shouldn't be, because Nigerians are some of the most intelligent people you'll ever meet. I know that for sure, because I know how many countries I've been to and where I've surprisingly found Nigerians, and that people are very talented. But what seems to be killing us, and you can't blame the doctors for leaving the country, is where a government does not value her own professionals. A government does not value by the way they pay and treat the doctors in Nigeria. And the other thing is, when you go abroad, you see that when you're a doctor, doctors here are constantly learning and upgrading their skills. Whereas as a typical doctor in Nigeria, correct me if I'm wrong, from what I know, little I know, most times people study as doctors, literally they give up. If you're lucky, they may do 1 or 2 courses 5 years later, 10 years later, but they're never consistently like the people in the UK, in the US, in Canada, Australia, in the developed world, constantly, learning and relearning new technologies, new techniques of doing things better, new medicines and new ways of applying all these things. So you find a place like Africa, for those that have money or those who are able to scoop money from their country, they rather go abroad to seek medical help than be treated by a doctor in their own African country. And I ask you, how does that make any sense? It's a bit like me preferring my neighbor's lovely, well-kept house or home but I'm not ready to tidy up my own home. I'm not ready to make my home look good, but I'm always stretching my neck and rather go to my neighbor. And I mean, it's so, do we, I don't know. It frustrates me. What will happen in Nigeria, in Africa, for leaders to wake up? Wake up. You cannot keep on talking and bragging about, oh, we are Mother of Africa, we are Africans, oh, we are leaders. Yet, when you go to the world stage, we are so way behind. It shouldn't have to be. And I do not support anyone stealing money from a state or a country that does not belong to you, because ultimately you have got to answer. But if you must, please don't steal too much that you cannot even afford to do something, a little legacy for the ordinary man and woman. Do something for people that you are leading in their state, in their local government, in wherever it is, to help other people's lives. Because by doing so, and you're doing your job well, you will be blessed accordingly. But by not doing your job well, one day, one way or another, we all have a way God gets us to pay for all that we have done. So please, with that being said, this is not an attack on anyone in person. This is just, sharing the opinion of the YouTube street, if you like, and giving my own little insight. Please, as Africans, Nigerians, Ghanaians, Kenyans, Zimbabweans, let us learn as leaders to be less selfish. Practice a bit more of selflessness. After all, if the UK politicians or people in government were not practicing what they should be doing, those African leaders that leave their countries flying into Europe for treatment would not be able to do so. Why don't you guys look at it and say, oh, our English counterparts, look at how they run their country. Oh, the Americans, this is how they run their country. Well, let me go back and let us see and sit down in that Senate or sit down in a meeting with my officials and see how we can make our local government hospital, our roads, our schools, our security better. Because there's nowhere better than home. And how dare anyone complain? Oh, the Europeans, oh, they profile me. Oh, they look down on me. It's their leaders. If African leaders cannot give their own people some respect, some dignity, how do you expect another person to respect you or give you dignity? You cannot give what you don't have. And do we ever live and think and have a conscience? Whatever happens, please, I beg of you, whether you're planning to go into politics, you're a politician, you're a leader in local government, in the state, in a country, please, 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 think, have a bit of conscience. Think and always remember that ultimately one day, you, I, everybody will face God. And what would you say to God? Because just because you're doing something you're not supposed to do, and it belongs to a state or a country or local government, does not mean it's not a big sin. In fact, it's a bigger sin because you are denying more than one person. You are denying a whole multitude of people who are suffering because of your lack of actions. And that is not right. We're human beings. Let us treat others the way we would like to be treated. Let us practice some selflessness, some humility, and dedication to the job that you are going to do for your people as a governor, as a senator, as a local government leader, as a commissioner, as a president, whatever it is. And give Africa back her pride. With that being said, thank you very much for stopping by. I love you and thank you. And please, if you have any story to share, please by all means drop me a line and I'll be more than glad to share. And I promise you, your identity will not be revealed. And on this note, I wish you all the very best. Please hit the like button, subscribe to support my channel, and share this video with your friends and family. And until next time, Bye-bye. And please, if you're an African out there, keep your chin up. And if you're a leader, please rethink the way you lead. Lead by example and lead to leave a legacy. So when you're not there, people will talk about you and remember you for all the good things that you have done for your people. On this note, goodbye.